I was talking about the program-based budget. So I'll try to link this with what we've covered so far. So remember, we started with the annual development plan, and then in the annual development plan, like we said, this is where the county government now outlines what it is going to undertake within that given financial year. So now all the programs that are in the approved annual development plan, they now link to this program-based budget. So now the program-based budget allocates the funds to the specific programs in the annual development plan. So that is the most important thing to know, that the approved annual development plan links now with the program-based budget. So if, for example, under health, the county government had committed to say that, it is going to undertake, let's say, a school outreach program, then in the program-based budget, we should be able to see what exactly, in terms of allocation, is going into that program, and in terms of what is the target that is going to be there, and so forth and so on. And then also it is important to link also the program-based budget with the ceiling. So those of you who were in the session last week, you remember we said each department has a ceiling. So, for example, education maybe has a ceiling of maybe, say, some 500 million, for example. So that means within the program-based budget, we should clearly get that breakdown of how this 500 million is going to be going into the program-based budget. So once it is approved, remember we said the executive prepares it in the formulation stage, and then it gives this document to the county assemblies. So once it is approved, the program-based budget is transitions into what we call the appropriation bill. So once it is approved, it becomes now an appropriation bill, basically saying now there is a legal authority for the county government to go ahead and implement the budget. So that is it. What are the main components of the program-based budget? So the program-based budget, or the PBB, entails the following. One is the programs. So again, this is just what I have connected with the annual development plan. So the programs. And then under the programs, we normally have sub-programs. So an example maybe is, say, I'll try to give an example maybe with, let's see, maybe with something like under health. So maybe we are talking about preventive, what you normally call preventive and promotive. So under that, we should be able to get what comes down there. So it could be hapo ndio kuna hizo school outreach, hapo ndio kuna maybe something around reproductive health, and so on and so forth. So programs, sub-programs, and then now under sub-programs, we get to have specific activities. Okay, so those are the main components. And then within these components, we expect to get the program objectives, the indicators now for each of the programs, the targets, and then a narrative just telling us or giving us the basis for the programs. And then finally, we should be able to also see a breakdown of expenditure based on categories of economic classification. So we'll be looking at these examples in a short while. So what are the objectives of the program-based budget? So one, it must have clear goals. It must have clear goals that we can be able to follow, in terms of targets that are measurable. And then two, it encourages efficiency and prudence of resources. So one of the key highlights of the program-based budget is to bring efficiency in terms of enabling us as citizens to be able to track the prudent use of resources, and also to understand as citizens, the reasons behind some of these decisions within the budget. It is more detailed. It is more detailed, and the essence is for us to be able to track the outcomes of this budget. So I think we had shared with you within the group. We had shared with you guys within the group the reference document. That is the Makueni budget. So this is a snippet from the Makueni budget. And what we have here is now an example of from the Makueni budget. You can see. So maybe Nelson and team, I think we can try to tell the colleagues in the WhatsApp group to join. I think we are now getting over 100. So just remind them. Okay, so I was just trying to give an example here. You can see the programs from the Makueni budget. You can see here program 1, and then the breakdown there in terms of compensation to employees, use of goods and services, and then that is current expenditure, and then capital expenditure. You can see again the breakdown is there. So that is just an example of one of the programs and the respective allocations. One within the financial year 24-25, and now the financial year 25-26. But then this was what was coming up before the approval. So that is just for your clarity. So that is it there. I don't know if Ruth has been able to join yet. Maybe if not, I can continue. So that is one. And then still another example from the Makueni budget. You can see this is now performance overview. You can see performance overview showing us how the county government has been able to perform in terms of the absorption of the budget. So you can see financial year 2022-23, they absorbed 99% against what we are seeing there. Come to 23-24, 90% absorption, and now 25-26. This is up to the third quarter. You can see some 48% absorption of the budget. So that is it. Now, let's try and look. Let's try and look at the expenditure summary that is on the programs. I don't know if this is clear. Let me try to zoom it out. So you can see, I hope this is clear. This is visible on your end.
So Chris,
Yeah.
so maybe I don't know who's writing on the, so you can stop share then reshare so that it wipes out the red marks.
Okay, a moment.
Kuna mtu ameguzaguza screen.
Okay.
Okay. In the meantime, as he does that, sorry, because we had a technical glitch. Our Zoom was just at 100, limiting 100, but we've kind of solved that technical glitch. So I know kuna wale wana join sai, so we'll figure out how to recover that. But again, apologies from the team.
Okay, I hope this is now better. Kindly, if you are drawing, don't draw. Is this clearer, Nelson?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, so I was just maybe for those who are joining, we are referencing, we are using the reference document, which is the Makueni program-based budget, and we were just trying to look at some as part of the learning, just trying to analyze. So I'll try to go back. So this is a summary of the programs, the expenditure, a summary of the programs. So you can see, for example, under program one, general administration and planning. So that is the program. And then you can see the current expenditure, and then now the breakdown, the way we were saying, ukitoka kwa program, kuna sub program. So that is why down there you can see there is a sub program 1.1 under program 1, and then the respective allocations there for program 1, compensation to employees, use of goods and services, and so on. Coming to capital expenditure, acquisition of non-financial assets, other development, and then now getting the total there. It goes on and on and on. Compensation to employees under sub-program 1. If you come to program 2, there is participatory development and civic education. Again, the breakdown, compensation to, current expenditure, other recurrent, and it goes on and on and on. Under program 2, you can see there is sub-program 2.1, again with the breakdown. So ideally, when you are reviewing the program-based budget, this is how you should be able to track each program. So I hope that is clear up to that point. I don't know if there are any questions. If there are, please feel free to drop them in the chat box, because I think anytime in the next few minutes, we will be going into our breakout rooms. So any questions? Any questions, kindly put them in the chat box. I also welcome my colleagues. If there is anything that I might have missed out while covering for Ruth, kindly feel free to chip in. So I see a question from Jacinta. Is the program-based budget document available to the public? Yes. Ideally, it should be made available to the public. Remember, this is one of the key documents. In fact, this is the allow me to say this is the budget now. All these transitions that we've had from annual development plan coming to the county fiscal strategy paper, and now the program-based budget. This is the budget. Once it gets the approval, this is actually the budget. So it should be made available to the public. And this is what, as citizens or as the public, we should be able now to use to track each and every aspect of the development agenda in our county. Kama wewe ni mtu wa health, you should be able to use the program-based budget to now follow the health budget as a whole, but now specifically maybe your interest. Kama uko na interest mambo ya community health, mambo ya reproductive health, this is what you should be using. So I hope that is clear to you, Jacinta. Okay, somebody else is asking. I see Makueni program-based budget is one of the best in the 47 counties. Yes, it is very elaborative. Yes, is I'm trying to follow the chart to see if there is anything I've missed out. Somebody is saying, may you repeat? Okay, sorry. We will try to share
So Chris, for those who've joined maybe because of the technical glitch, so what will happen in the breakout session, they'll be able to like have a review again of what we've learned today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so through the breakout session, kindly the facilitators, so you'll have to again at least a little bit take them through what the program-based budget is so that everyone is at the same level.
Yes. We'll do
Okay.
that, Nelson. So thanks, Nelson. So we should be going to the breakout rooms, eh?
Yeah, so I know there is that glitch, so we will address it. But for now, if we go to the breakout sessions, then the facilitators, what you'll do first is to try and again explain what a program-based budget is lightly, and then as you are trying to answer the questions, so the beauty about the program-based budget is it's a little bit light. It's not too technical like the CFSP or the CBROP. So the program-based budget is a little bit more direct. So I think that should happen in the breakout sessions.
Okay, thanks, Nelson. As you take us to the breakout room, I'll try to respond to a question. Somebody is asking why 27 financial year 27-28 is there. Well, I lost that question again. So it's a projection. If you remember what we said in the CFSP, it is best practice for the county government to always project ideally 2 upcoming financial years kando na yenye tunaongelelea. So that is mainly because of that. So it's a projection.
So Chris, we take guys to the breakout sessions.
Yes, we can proceed, Nelson. I'll project the questions. I think let me project the questions here. Then just take us.
Right. So for the host, also kindly co-host Ruth Modhani, so that she's also a co-host as they go to the sessions. Welcome back, everyone. Yes, Chris. Chris, you want to take through something? Okay.
No, I was just projecting.
You want to finalize with this one?
I can. I don't. Is Ruth back or I just proceed?
You proceed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you. I hope we've had an insightful time in the breakout rooms, and maybe for those who missed out because of the technical issue, maybe hopefully you've been able to also get it better in the breakout rooms, and also maybe to analyze the Makueni sample that we are using. But to conclude, there are key things here. One, remember the program-based budget normally should be linked to the programs that were from the annual development plan. And then two, the PBB is based on economic classification. So as we've seen even in the samples that I had shared earlier during the class, we have different categories of expenditure. Kuna personnel, kuna goods and services, infrastructure, and so on. But most important, the targets in the program-based budget should have a time frame. So again, you should be able to follow up on those targets the way we were looking them in the breakout rooms, and be certain that, for example, if it is a certain program follow up the program and the sub-programs, what are the specific targets and within what time frames they are going to be achieved. So the PBB focuses on the outcomes and the results. Those with whom we were in group 2, breakout room 2, we, for example, we were able to see, and I think the Department of Water in Makueni, we could clearly follow what what outcome the county is after, and then they were saying in terms of water access, improving water access by 70%. And then now they're under that they're able to give the breakdown in terms of targets, the number of maybe dams or boreholes that they're going to work on within that financial year. So the purpose of the program-based budget is also to ensure that the funds that are allocated are based on performance impact. And also making budgeting more strategic and accountable. So if you have a keen interest in health or in agriculture, you should be able to, with the program-based budget, you should be able to actually track within that area of interest to see the targets and now, as we are going to learn later with our implementation reports, to track and see how they are being undertaken or implemented over the course of the financial year. So that is it from my end, and to thank you for the time, and also once again apologize on behalf of the team because of the technical issue we faced today. But as usual, we will make sure to share this presentation and the record again of this session for everybody, and also for those who might have missed out. Otherwise, thanks, and good evening. Back to you, Nelson.
Thanks. I don't know if we see Regina, you want to say something?
Yeah, I just want to thank the participants for being here, and also apologize for the technical issues. Sometimes with the internet, not necessarily internet, but this platform sometimes can actually be very frustrating. So we hope that the next session next week will be far much better, and we'll be able to get into the meeting the right time for all of us without being limited. There was a problem with the Zoom platform from the Zoom company, but we've been able to sort it out in the middle of the whole program. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Regina. So thanks guys. So we've had to extend kidogo the time, but bear with us. We will chat kwa group, kwa WhatsApp group. We see if then many feel we need to redo, then we will figure out a time where we can have another catch-up session before next week's Thursday. So tutaongea kwa WhatsApp because we don't want anyone to miss these. So for us, we will see what to do on our end. So for us is to say again, asanteni sana to Tracy, asante sana Tracy for holding fort, for the colleague facilitators again for that. I think room 3 niliingia nimefacilitate kidogo. Nimewakimbiza ile crash course, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to recover for that. So again, asanteni sana, and again from us, poleni sana. By the time we realized there was a problem, it was chaotic, but bado tuliskuma. We even lost the facilitator at that point, hagerudi, because there was a limit na sasa ilikuwa ishaja. But again, Chris, thanks for holding fort on our end. We tried to have a backup plan in case maneno kama hii happen. So from us is to say asanteni sana. This was session 5. We have 8 sessions, so that means we only have another 3 sessions for this to come to an end. So from us is to say asanteni sana and kwaherini. See you next time. But kwa WhatsApp again tutaongea just to see what to do so that we recover these sessions. Thank you so much. Kwaherini and good night.